Yes. Let us start. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur-unmilitam yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for our afternoon session of Chaitanya Charitamrita. We are on the 14th chapter of Madhya Lila and we have completed till shloka number 174 in the previous session. But as in the last session, Varajchandrika Mataji informed all of us, told us that these topics which are just started and for few more shlokas, they are going to be very intimate, they are speaking of completely about the Madhurya Rasa in Vrindavan. The dealings between the gopis and Krishna, the dealings between Radharani and Krishna. So, because our knowledge about Krishna is limited, because of our speculative mind works very fast or very speedily. So, and even until we get completely, qualified for understanding all those leelas, we should not touch those leelas. Okay, so our gurus, our acharyas tell that even when Rupa Goswami wrote the Nectar of Devotion, he gave a very small summary of this Madhurya Rasa. He said these topics we are not going to touch in detail. But then later in his some other book called Ujjvala Nilamani, he has described these pastimes of the Lord in Madhurya Rasa in detail. So those who are really capable of understanding those topics, those people should only go and try to understand those topics. So for that reason, with the permission of Ashish Prabhu, we have decided that a few shlokas, or some 10, 20, 30 shlokas, we are not going to consider, we are not going to read over here, because even reading, our mind is not so pure to understand those topics properly. Sorry. So after 174, we are now we are directly going to shloka number 202. So in short, I will tell you what we have seen before this. So we saw that this Hera Panchami Mahotsav is going on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sitting to see the Hera Panchami Mahotsava, where Lakshmi Devi is going in search of Jagannath Ji. And that time when he is sitting there, he wants, because there is some time for Lakshmi Devi to yet to come out of her palace, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to hear the different pastimes of Lord Krishna. And then Swarup Damodar is narrating those pastimes to Krishna, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he gives narration of so many different things. Many of the things we have already read also, like what are the different types of heroines. In Prabhupada calls them as heroine. So the girls who are very much eager to please their lover, please Krishna. So what are the different categories, how they behave when they're angry, how they behave in general, how they get pacified. Some get pacified easily, some gets pacified not so easily, and so on. We have started. Then comes the pastime of Radharani also. So there we had seen something where in which the description goes on how Radharani decorates herself in remembrance of Krishna, and when she wants to go to meet Krishna. And she decorates, that point had come where she decorates herself with so many transcendental symptoms are expressed on her body also. Some transcendental symptoms are there, some Vyabhichari symptoms are there, and so many other symptoms. And Prabhupada also notes down those different symptoms which are manifested in Radharani. And after that, Swarup Damodar starts talking about some verses where some more critical expressions are mentioned, like Kila Kinchita, Puttamitta, Vilasa, Lalita, Vivoka, and so many others, so which we cannot touch or we should not touch. So if you are really too much enthusiastic, maybe till 201, we can read at home. Okay. So now I will share screen and we will start from shloka number 202. You may raise your hands to read the shlokas. Okay, Chandana Mataji, please read 20. This is 202 is a very important shloka for us. Yes, Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Yes.
Ananta Krishnera Lila Nayaya Varnana Apane Varnane Yadi Sahasravadana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It is not at all possible to describe the unlimited pastimes of Sri Krishna, even though he himself describes them in his incarnation of Sahasravadana, the 1,000-mouthed Sheshanaga. Thank you.
Hari Bol. So yes, we know how many hoods are there for Sheshanag. There are thousands of hoods, and the entire cosmic manifestation rests on his head. So this Ananta Shesha, if this, who is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu himself, incarnation of Krishna himself, even if Ananta Shesha with his thousands of hoods, with his thousands of mouths, if he wants to describe the different pastimes of Krishna, there are so many unlimited pastimes. We cannot say, okay, how many demons Krishna killed? He killed Kaliya, he killed Putana, he killed Navarta, this. Okay, so many demons he killed. How many Gopi? What else did he do? He did Ras Lila Lila, he did Yamuna Vihar Lila, and so many. We cannot count like this on our fingers and tell that these many pastimes were done by Krishna. Because Krishna's pastimes are unlimited, and every pastime is very melodious, every pastime is very glorious, and even if these glories are sung by the unlimited hoods of Sheshanag, still he will not find that those pastimes will not be complete. Still he will be struggling with all his mouths to recite all the pastimes. So many pastimes are there about Krishna, about Radha, about the gopis, and about all other Vrindavan pastimes of Krishna. So that means whenever we are narrating or we are hearing the pastimes of Krishna, we must understand that even Sheshanag is also relishing those pastimes always. He is always singing the glories of Krishna's pastimes. So that is where we should also, whenever we are hearing or we are remembering or we are narrating, we should take complete pleasure in enjoying those particular pastimes. Okay. Next, Lalita Mataji, 203 unary.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Shrivasa kasiya kahe suna damodara amara lakshmira dekha sampati vistara. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. At this time, Shrivasa Thakura smiled and told Swarupa Damodara, "My dear sir, please hear. Just see how opulent my goddess of fortune is."
Yes. So what is happening now? Just till now, what was happening? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking questions. Swarup Damodar was answering, and all the other associates were just listening. Now Srivas Thakur starts speaking. Because Swarup Damodar has narrated the pastimes of Vrindavan, narrated the pastimes of Krishna with the gopis and all. So now he is actually glorifying what? Gundicha temple. That means the Vrindavan part of the Leela. Therefore, now see who is, what you can say, this Srivas Thakur in Krishna Leela. Who is Srivas Thakur? Does anybody know?
Narada.
Yes, thank you much. Yes, so Srivas Thakur is Narad Muni. Okay, and what is one of the features of Narad Muni? That if some glorification, he will just enter into some conversation and try to instigate some topic. So it's similarly here, as soon as Swarup Damodar is glorifying Vrindavan, immediately Srivas Thakur enters into the conversation and he tells, "Oh, what are you speaking about Vrindavan and the pastimes of the gopis and about the description of the gopis and all? See, my goddess of fortune." That means he's talking about Lakshmi Devi. Can you see her opulence? Can you not see the way she's decorated? Can you not see so many people around her, so many guards, so many maid servants? And can you not see how rich and how opulent she is looking? Okay, so now he is glorifying Lakshmi Devi as a Narada. Okay, because Narada is also very much dear to Lakshmi Devi, because he is the one who goes to Vaikuntha when Lakshmi Devi is massaging the foot of Narayana, and there usually Lakshmi Devi has some conversation with Narad Muni also. So now he is glorifying Lakshmi Devi. Okay, let us see what he says. Yes, Mataji, who is reciting? Radhika Mataji and then Sumati Mataji.
So, Mataji, thank you so much. Vrindavandira Sampadeka Pushpa Krishalaya Giridatu Sikhi Pincha Gunja Palamaya. Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As far as Vrindavan's opulence is concerned, it consists of few flowers and twigs and some minerals from the hills, a few peacock feathers, and the plant known as Gunja.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So he's saying, what is there in Vrindavan? Some trees, some flowers, some mountains, a river. That's all. Some Gunja trees, some Gunja flowers. But other side, see the opulence of Lakshmi Devi. So he's comparing materially the Dwarka and Vrindavan. He's glorifying Dwarka and saying that what is the value of Vrindavan, where there are only simple trees and flowers growing. Okay, that is how he's just, this is all pastimes, they are enjoying the pastimes of Krishna. Yes. Please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Vrindavana dekhi bare gela Jagannatha, Shuni Lakshmi Devi Ramane Aila Soyata. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When Jagannatha decided to see Vrindavana, he went there, and upon hearing this, the goddess of fortune experienced restlessness and jealousy. Hare Krishna.
We have seen already this, but now Srivas Thakur is again telling the same thing. Because Lord Jagannath went away to take a ride and did not return for so many days, and he's gone to Vrindavan for what? To see all these flowers and trees, just to go and roam about in some jungles. But thinking about this, now Lakshmi Devi is feeling restless. Why? He will tell. Okay, why Lakshmi Devi is feeling restless? Yes, Sudha Mataji, and after that Rupali Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. एता संपत्ति छादी केने गेला वृंदावन तारे हास्या करी ते लक्ष्मी करीला सज्जन. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. She wondered, why did Lord Jagannatha give up so much opulence and go to Vrindavana? To make him a laughing stock, the goddess of fortune made arrangements for such decoration. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
She was so much decorated and she went with so much opulence. She went with in a palanquin, so many soldiers, so many guards, so many maid servants, and so much jewelry and everything. So much pom-pom is there along with it. Why did she do that? So Srivas Thakur is explaining because when Jagannath went to such a simple place, he should understand that what I am doing, I am leaving behind all so much riches. I'm leaving behind the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, and so much of riches I'm leaving behind, just going to a simple place. So Lakshmi Devi wants to project it to him, tell him, show him his mistake, that what you have left behind, so much opulence you have left behind, and just to go to some Vrindavan forest. So to make him a laughing stock, so that everybody should say, oh, what you have done, like that. Okay, that's why she is decorating herself so much. Yes, Rupali Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी धन्यवाद।
Dandavat Mataji.
तुम्हारा ठाकुर देखा एका संपत्ति छाड़ी पत्र फल फूल लोभे लीला पुष्प बड़ी. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Then the maid servants of the goddess of fortune said to the servant of Lord Jagannatha, why did your Lord Jagannatha abandon the great opulence of the goddess of fortune and for the sake of a few leaves, fruits and flowers, go to see the flower garden of Srimati Radharani? Hare Krishna.
Now this is a conversation between the maid servants of Lakshmi Devi, and they are shouting at Jagannathji's servants. Okay, then why did he leave Lakshmi Devi like that? Yes, Karapa Gauli Mataji. After that, Sindhu Mataji. Karapa Gauli Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Please.
ये कर्म is the
Dagda Shiromani.
ceremony. Lakshmi the agree Ija Prabhu Dehani. Translation basic Prabhupada Kiji. Your master is so expert.
Sorry, some.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Your master is so expert at everything. But why does he do such things? Now bring your master before the goddess of fortune. Thank you, Mataji.
Very cool. So yes, all the maid servants are scolding the servants of Jagannathji, and they tell them to let Jagannathji know his mistake and bring him to Lakshmi Devi. Okay, next. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Namaste. Text
209.
209. Eta bhali Mahalakshmira sabadasi gane khati vastre bhandi ane prabhurne jagane. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, all the maid servants of the goddess of fortune arrested the servants of Jagannatha, bound them around the waist and brought them before the goddess of fortune.
Just like the thieves, they bound the servants of Jagannathji and dragged them to Lakshmi Devi's feet. They brought him in front of her. Yes. Mohandas Prabhuji. After Shri Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Lakshmira charane ani karaya pranati dana dandalaya ara karaya minati. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Jai. When all the maid servants brought Lord Jagannatha's servants before the lotus feet of the goddess of fortune, the Lord's servants were fined and forced to submit. Hare Krishna.
They were fined, just like the thieves, and they were forced to surrender to Lakshmi Devi, so that they can confess that yes, we are at mistake, and yes, my Lord my Swami, my Lord Jagannath, he is also at mistake, like that. Okay, next. Shri Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji, what are they actually trying to do? They are trying to make the servants of Jagannath apologize to Lakshmi, telling that it was a mistake that he left, or
that he left Lakshmi Devi alone in her temple, in the Jagannath temple or in Dwarka, and he went alone to take relish the pastimes in Vrindavan, because Lakshmi Devi is anyhow not allowed in Vrindavan. And he went, that is okay, but he had promised to come back in 2 days. And now it was already 5 days and he has not yet come. That is why these all maid servants are so angry. And also they were thinking, what is there in Vrindavan? Why did he leave Lakshmi Devi behind? For what reason? There should be something interesting, no? If there is nothing interesting, what is the point? What is the use of going there? Right? That is why they were scolding. And now Jagannathji cannot be found, because Jagannathji was inside. Lakshmi Devi and her maid servants are not allowed to go inside. So who can they talk to? So they are taking out all their anger on his servants, because they were there guarding the door. They were not allowing Lakshmi Devi and others to enter inside. So they were fighting with them, and then they bound these servants only because they couldn't bind Jagannathji. So they caught hold of these servants and they took them to Lakshmi Devi, and now they are making them realize their and their Lord's mistake, like that.
Okay, thank you so much. Sorry for interrupting. Hare Krishna.
211.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Ratera upare kare dandera tadana kora paraya kare jagannate tera.
Chora praya.
Chora paraya kare jagannate tera sevaka gana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All the maidservants began to beat the Ratha car with sticks, and they treated the servants of Lord Jagannatha almost like thieves. Hare Krishna.
Chora praya means like thieves. So like thieves, they bound them and they were beating them with sticks, and also they tried to break the Jagannathji's Ratha also. Okay, that means they were taking out their anger on something or the other, like that. Okay, next. Chandana Mataji, and after that Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sabhapatya gane kahe yoda khari hata kaliyani diba tomara age Jagannatha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Finally, all of Lord Jagannath's servants submitted to the goddess of fortune with folded hands, assuring her that they would bring Lord Jagannatha before her the very next day. Thank you, Mataji.
So they told what to do. They were getting beaten so hardly, so badly. They were not actually, Lord Jagannath's servants did not have any hold on Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath, whenever he wants, that time only he will go. But somehow or the other, to escape the situation, they told, okay, we'll try to bring him tomorrow back to Dwarka, like that. Okay. Yes, Mataji, please read next.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Tabe shanta haya Lakshmi yaya nija gara amar Lakshmi rasampada vakya agochara. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Being thus pacified, the goddess of fortune returned to her apartment. Just see, my goddess of fortune is opulent beyond all description. Thank you.
Thank you. Who is saying this all? Who is saying, just see my goddesses of fortune's opulent?
Narad Muni is telling Mataji.
That is Srivas Thakur is telling to Swarup Damodar and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. Yes, next. Now Kishori Mataji, and after that Gayatri Mataji. Are you there now, Kishori Mataji? Okay, Gayatri Mataji, you can read. She will read the next one.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Text 240. Dugda ati dadi mate tumara gopi gane amara takurani vaite ratna simhasane. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srivas Thakura continued to address Swarupa Damodara. Your gopis are engaged in boiling milk and churning yogurt, but my mistress, the goddess of fortune, sits on a throne made of jewels and gems.
Yeah. So again, he is comparing now the gopis. First, he compared Vrindavan with Dwarka. Now he's comparing gopis with Lakshmi Devi. So he's saying your gopis. He's telling to Swarup Damodar because he has already glorified the pastimes of Krishna and gopis. So now he's saying your gopis, they're always just doing what? They're churning the butter, they're boiling milk, making some milk products. That's all. Milking the cows. That's all what they can do. But see what is the status of my Lakshmi Devi, my goddess of fortune. She always sits on the throne of jewels and gems. That means she's so very rich and so very powerful and so very, she has a very high level or high, you can say, position for Jagannath Ji also. Okay, because he was thinking like, if the gopis are so important, then the Lord could have made gopis also that much wealthy, no, like that. So, but he only Lakshmi Devi is so wealthy. That means he says that Lord is showering more mercy on Lakshmi Devi. Okay. Here I have I'm remembering one small story which is not related to Lakshmi Devi or comparison between Lakshmi Devi and gopis, but how the devotees of the Lord are always very simple. And the non-devotees of the Lord are so rich. I'm not saying Lakshmi Devi is non-devotee, but just I remembered one comparative story. So I would like to share that with you. So it's like once Narad Muni and is talking with the Lord and he's saying, why are your devotees so simple? They are so, they are so poor. They are so very, very low in status. They are not very high-fi. And why is so? And why are the rich people or the people who are having very high status in the society? Why are they so rich? Even though they are not your devotees. So your non-devotees are having so high position, but your devotees are not having that position. Why is it happening? Or how do you give punishment to those people, those who are non-devotees? So Krishna says, okay, let us go to one place. I know I will meet you. We will meet one rich person. So they take the form of two sadhus and they go to a rich person. And they say, Om Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, like that, and please give something to eat. And this rich person, he becomes very angry on them. And he says, oh, you foolish people, you are so, you are a burden on the earth. Why do you even exist? Why have you come to my place to ask something? Go and work. Why don't you have faith in doing some work with your hands? The Lord has given you so many hands. Go and don't come to my house like that. So in there Krishna, this Narad Muni tells Krishna, see, my Lord, he's insulting you or insulting even the devotees of the Lord, the sadhus. So you should punish him very heavily. So Krishna says, okay, I'll punish him. And he says, may you have all the more and more riches in the life. And he goes away from there. Then Narad Muni is astonished to hear that he is doing such wrong things and still Krishna is showering his blessings by giving him more money. Then he said, I cannot understand, my Lord, what you have done. So he said, okay, I'll tell you, let us go to one more house. So they go to a small hut where a very old woman, she only has one cow, nothing else as her belonging. And she's staying in a very small hut, jhopdi. So the Lord reaches there and there he says, Om Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. And this poor woman, she's so happy to receive the guests. She's very excited. She just brings them in, gives them a nice place to sit. And she has two small glasses. She fills the milk into those glasses and says, my Lord, I have only these things to offer it to you. Please have it and until you are satisfied. So now here Narad Muni says, my Lord, she is such a great devotee of yours and she's, she's welcoming the sadhus, So you should bestow your mercy on her. So again, the Lord says, okay, I will give her full mercy. So after going out from there, he says, may your cow die immediately. Not in front of her, but he makes that arrangement that may her cow die immediately. Now Narad Muni is very frustrated. He says, oh my God, she has only one belonging, just one support, that too of a cow. And that too also you have given that this thing, and immediately the cow dies also. Okay, so what is this? Why are you doing like this? Then Krishna tells him that when that rich person, So he is not at all a devotee. He is a non-devotee. He is a non-believer. He is even blaspheming the devotees. He is talking ill for the devotees of the Lord. He doesn't believe in Lord. So I have given him the benediction that he may have all and all more riches, so that at the time of death, he will remember only those riches, and the next birth, he will become a stake on guarding some big, khajana, some big treasure. He will become a snake over there. So this is my punishment for. Then Narad Muni understands. Okay. And then what about that cow? What was the mistake of that poor lady? So he says, no, there is no mistake. I know that within a few days, this very old lady is going to die. So at the time of death, if she is worried about her cow, what will happen to my cow? There is nobody to take care of her. And if her mind gets entangled in the cow, she will not be able to leave her body peacefully and come back to my home. So I have made her path clear by first relieving her from the duty of the cow, so that at the time of her death, she will directly come to me, right? So, the devotees of the Lord, they do not want anything. They are never in want of, even the gopis of Vrindavan, they never demanded any riches, nothing. They were simply very, very happy with whatever they had, and what was their desire? Just to pacify the Lord. So this was nothing to do with Lakshmi Devi actually, but just rich. I was comparing a devotee with a non-devotee. Okay, so even a non-devotee may feel many times, those who don't have faith in Krishna, many times they say, oh, what is wrong in my life? I am very happy. I have so many things. Your so-called God has given me everything. They don't believe in God, but they will say, your so-called God has given me all the riches. I am such wealthy. I have a car. I have a house. I have a nice wife. I have everything in my life. What is the use of worshipping your Lord? So, but they do not know that these are the entanglements of Maya, which are going to bind them and not allow them to reach to Krishna, because they are not having faith in Krishna. So that's a small part. Okay, let us go ahead. Yeah, so Srivas Thakur continued to address Swarup Damodar. Your gopis are engaged in boiling milk and churning yogurt, but my mistress, goddess of fortune, sits on a throne made of jewels and gems. So he's comparing Lakshmi Devi with the gopis. Okay, let us go ahead. Whose turn is it? Now, Kishori Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Please read Mataji. Later, Mohandas Prabhu can read.
Thank you, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhu kahe Srivasa
215, Mataji.
Sorry. Okay, yeah. Mataji. Narada Prakriti Srivasa Kare Parihasa Sunihase Mahaprabhura Yata Nijadasa. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srivas Thakura, who was enjoying the mood of Narad Muni, thus made jokes. Hearing him, all the personal servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to smile. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavata. Thank you.
See, looking at these discussions and these arguments, the debate, all the other devotees of the Lord, of Lord Chaitanya, were smiling. They were enjoying the moment like that. Okay, Mohandas Prabhuji, please read.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu kahe Srivasa tomate Narada Sobhava Aishwarya Bhave tomate Ishvara Prabhava. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then told Srivasa Thakura, my dear Srivasa, your nature is exactly like that of Narada Muni. The Supreme Personality of Godhead's opulence is having a direct influence upon you. Hare Krishna.
So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, you are Narad Muni. So you will always be under the influence of the Supreme Personality of God. And somehow or the other, you will start some or the other debate over here. Okay, next is Sindhu Mataji. Then after that, Sumati Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, 217.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhupada ki jai. Inho Damodara Swarupa Shuddha Vrajavasi Aishwarya na jane inho Shuddha Prema Bashi. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Swarup Damodar is a pure devotee of Vrindavana. He does not even know what opulence is. Deeply
For he is
deeply absorbed in pure devotional service.
yes.
Thank
So
you.
now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Srivas Thakur, what you are talking about Swarup Damodar? He is such a pure Vaishnava. He is a completely Vrindavanavasi. Who is Swarup Damodar in Krishna Lila? He is
Lalita.
Lalita. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. So because he is Lalita Sakhi, he will always enjoy only the Vrindavan pastimes. He has to do nothing with the riches, nothing with what happens in Dwarka, nothing with the queens of Krishna, nothing. What he is all concerned about is only Vrindavan. How Vrindavan is, how are the gopis, how are the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. That is what, because he is completely a pure devotee of Krishna. He is in a bhav of a Vrindavanavasi. So he doesn't have anything to do with all your riches. Okay, he's completely absorbed in the devotional service only. He doesn't have to do with anything else. Okay, that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, informing to Srivas. Yes, Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Swarupa kahe Shrivasa shuna savadane Vrindavana sampat tomara nahi pade mane. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Swarupa Damodara then retorted, "My dear Srivasa, please hear me with attention. You have forgotten transcendental opulence of Vrindavana." Hare Krishna.
So now again Swarup Damodar, because now Srivas Thakur has finished. Now Swarup Damodar will start the debate. He will talk about the different activities of Vrindavan Dham. So he is now going to glorify Vrindavana. And he's telling Srivas Thakur about the glories of Vrindavan. Okay, let us read. Rupali Mataji, you may read.
Vrindavane saharvikaye sampata sindhu dwarka vaikunta sampat tara eka bindu. Translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The natural opulence of Vrindavan is just like an ocean. The opulence of Dwarka and Vaikuntha is not even to be compared to a drop.
So that's why when we visit Vrindavan, and if we are not in the mood of devotion, if we are not in the mood of surrender, if we just go there as a tourist, what happens? We cannot see that opulence of Vrindavan. We can only see there are some poor beggars, there are some poor, very simple people living, there are so many monkeys, there are so small roads are there, small turns are there, and we may find that sometimes people are cheating or doing something. So we are completely able to see Vrindavan only by our material eyes. But if there is even a tinge of bhakti in our heart, a tinge of faith in Krishna, a tinge of faith in the pastimes of Krishna, then if we go and see Vrindavan, then we can see the actual opulence of Vrindavan. So here Swarup Damodar is also mentioning that opulence of Vrindavan to Srivas Thakur. It is saying that the opulence of Vrindavan is just like an ocean. You cannot even speak about Vrindavan. Just like he said that Ananta Shesha is never able to complete the pastimes of the Lord. Similarly, the Vrindavana, the glorification of Vrindavan is just like an ocean. And the glorification of any other city, may it be Dwarka, may it be Mathura, may it be even Vaikuntha, that glory, that opulence of Dwarka or Vaikuntha is not even compared to the drop of this ocean. So what you can see in Dwarka, that is nothing in front of the opulence of Vrindavan. That is what Swarup Damodar is saying. Okay, next. Now Kishori Mataji and then Sameshwari Mataji. Please, others, there are 20 participants. Please come up, raise your hands and read. Take the advantage of reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's a very opulent thing to do. Yeah. Yes, Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Thank you. Parama Purushottam Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Yahadani Tahan Vrindavana Dhama. Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full of all opulences, and his complete opulences are exhibited only in Vrindavana Dhama. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna Mataji, Dhanyavad. Thank you.
Yeah, so all the opulence of Krishna, though you may see that Krishna is just wearing a small, simple peacock feather, just tying a small turban, there are no jewelry. In that simplicity, everything is there. What is the actual, appearance of Krishna? All the opulence of Krishna is there in that simplicity. And this is the reason we know, no, why this Rath Yatra, one of the reasons that Rath Yatra occurs is that what had happened in Kurukshetra. So when the gopis went to Kurukshetra and Radharani saw Krishna all well decorated in ornaments with his mukut, with his like a king, he was completely this thing with all his paraphernalia, with all his soldiers. He was wearing that jacket, the king's jacket. He was on his chariot and all. So Radharani did not appreciate that. He said, "What you have decorated like something, So I want to see that Krishna who was in Vrindavan." So that is why they try to track Krishna. They want to take Krishna back to Vrindavan so that they can see the natural beauty, the original form of Krishna, the Govinda form of Krishna, the Gopala form of Krishna. That is only be available in Vrindavan. Krishna cannot stay like that in Dwarka. And if he goes to Vrindavan, he cannot take all his riches with him. He has to be again a simple Gopa Balak. And that is the beauty of Krishna. Radharani wanted to relish. She was not happy with all the pom-pom of Krishna in what she saw in Kurukshetra. So like that here, Swarup Damodara is saying that all his full opulence and everything is only exhibited in Vrindavan Dham, nowhere else. Okay. Yes. Yes. Who is next? Shameshwari Mataji, and after that, Mohandas Group.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandaprana. Chintamani Maya Bhumi, Tatnera Bhavana, Chintamani Ganadasi, Charana Bhushana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vrindavan Dham is made of transcendental touchstone. Its entire surface is the source of all valuable jewels. The Chintamani stone is used to decorate the lotus feet of the maid servants of Vrindavan. Thank you, Mataji.
So even the anklets which the maid servants of Vrindavan are wearing, those anklets will also have touchstone. What is a touchstone? The stone which can, you can see it is like a wish stone. You touch that stone to anything, it will turn to gold. It will make even iron to gold. So that valuable stones, entire Vrindavan is made up of that. Even the maid servants, all jewelry is also made up of that. All the roads and all are made up of these valuable jewels, Chintamani stones. Again, he says, see, can you imagine? Oh, the complete roads of Vrindavan with Chintamani stones. So wherever you go, there are all jewels, gems, glittering things. So you know what is the glitter of one touchstone, or even a simple artificial stone also, if you see and put some light on that, it glitters. So now imagine so many Chintamani stones, so many glittering gems all around Vrindavan. How much they will be glittering if the sun is shining and the rays are falling on those gems. We cannot even imagine how much radiant it will be, right? How much glow, you can say glowing it will be, right? So that is the beauty of Vrindavana. Yes, next, still more to come. Mohandas Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Kalpa Vrikshalatarayaha Shahajika Vana Pushpa Pala Vina Keha Mage Mat Anyadana. Translation with translation. Srila Prabhupada Ch. Vrindavana is a natural forest of desired trees and creepers, and the inhabitants do not want anything but the fruits and flowers of those desired trees. Hare Krishna.
So even all the trees are desired trees. All the creepers are desired creepers. Whatever you wish, you will get that. But the beauty is that the Vrindavan Vasis do not wish anything other than Krishna. What if we go there? We will like to wish, oh, give me this, give me that, give me that. But they don't need anything. They just need the love of Krishna. We know that story, I don't remember the name of that person who goes to Sanatana Goswami. He says, somebody says that Sanatana Goswami has a touchstone. And that person, if somebody remembers the name, you can just, sometimes I forget the names. So that king or somebody is there who goes to Sanatana Goswami and asks him to give the touchstone. So Sanatana Goswami says, okay, you want a touchstone? Oh, that stone, it is lying there in my garbage. Go just search for it in the garbage and just take it out. So that person, maybe I'll just call him a king. I don't remember who is that, or a simple Brahmana. He's a simple Brahmana. So he goes there and he searches in the garbage, finds the touchstone. He's very happy. And he says, thank you. And he goes away. And when he goes home, he touches the things. Everything is made up of gold. Now this person is very rich, very happy for a few days. And then after that, he finds out that, oh, I'm not that happy. Why? Because even after having the touchstone, I desire something else. What do I desire? I can see Sanatana Goswami. Now he is without the touchstone and still he is so happy. But I am not feeling that happiness. And also, I do remember that that touchstone was thrown away in the garbage. Now, which means that if such a valuable stone, valuable gem is thrown in the garbage, which means that Sanatana Goswami has something more valuable than this touchstone. Why will he otherwise throw it into the garbage? So I want that more precious thing what Sanatana Goswami has. So this person, because he is not satisfied again, he goes back to Sanatana Goswami and he tells him, Maharaj, please tell me, what is that you have that is more valuable than this touchstone which you have given me? So Sanatana Goswami says, oh, I have something more very valuable, but I can give it to you only on one condition. First of all, you have to throw this touchstone into the river. If you throw this away, then I will give you that which is more valuable than this. So this person, in his greed, he goes and throws this Chintamani stone, touchstone, in the river, comes back, and then Sanatana Goswami gives him Harinam, gives him Bhakti, gives him the name of Krishna, and then this particular person is converted into a devotee. He becomes a very pure devotee of the Lord. So like that, so and because Sanatana Goswami already has the valuable taste of Harinam, so why will he have some value of that touchstone? Like that, here also the Vrindavan Vasis, they have Krishna with them. So what is the need of the touchstones? What is the need of this wish fulfilling desire trees? What is the wish of using these particular fruits and flowers which this tree bears? That is of no use to them. So even though Vrindavan is full of this, the Vrindavan Vasis, the devotees of the Lord, they are never hankering to get them. They don't have the greed to get so many riches out of these desired trees and peoples. Okay, that's the point. Yeah. Next was Chandana Mataji.
Mataji, the name to my knowledge is not mentioned, Mataji. That's I
Lord
don't
Shiva has sent poor Brahmana to.
It says only poor Brahmana, they've not mentioned.
Lord Shiva has sent.
Okay, yeah, that's why maybe I also don't recollect the name, but I just remembered that story. Yeah, maybe Mataji. Thank you so much. Yeah, let us go ahead. 223.
Ananta kamadhenu taha pire vane vane dugdha matra dene keha namage anya dhane. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In Vrindavana, there are cows that fulfill all desires, kamadhenus, and their number is unlimited. They graze from forest to forest and deliver only milk. The people want nothing else. Thank you.
Correct. So the people of Vrajavasis did not require anything. Yes. Let us go ahead. Yes. Sudha Mataji, then afterwards Gayatri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Sahaja lokera kata yaha divya gita sahaja gamana kare yaiche nritya pratita. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In Vrindavana, the natural speech of the people sounds like music and their natural motion resembles a dance. Thank you, Mataji.
So even if the people are speaking, it feels like melodious sound is coming from their mouth because they are all happy, no? So when we are happy, we are very melodious in sound. If we are very angry, our tone is different. If we are very sad, our tone is different. But when we are very happy, very jubilant, the mood speaks out, no? So like that, these people are so happy in the association of Krishna, or even in the Viraha Bhav of Krishna, all these people are so happy that they are always, their sound comes like music. And when even they are walking, it feels like they are dancing in the road because they are very happy. Okay, yeah, next. Yes, Mataji, please read. Gayatri Mataji.
Yes. Text 225. Sarvatra Jalayah Amrita Samana Chidananda Jyoti Swadhya Yaha Murtiman. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The water in Vrindavana is nectar, and the Brahmajyoti effulgence, which is full of transcendental bliss, is directly perceived there in its form.
Yes. So the Amrita. Huh? So the water in Vrindavan is just like the nectar, Amrita. And the Brahmajyoti effulgence, because this entire Vrindavan Dham is so glittering, is so opulent, is so full of all riches. It is resembling, or you can say directly, the Brahmajyoti has perceived her form here in Vrindavan. So see how beautiful glory is. He is glorifying the Vrindavan. Yes, Mataji, next. Uma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Lakshmi Jini Gunavyahan Lakshmi Rasamaja Krishna Vamshi Khare Yaha Priya Sakhi Khaya. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. The gopis there are also goddesses of fortune, and they surpass the goddesses of fortune to who abides in Vaikunta. In Vrindavana, the Lord Krishna is always playing his transcendental flute, which is his dear companion. Hare.
So now again Swarup Damodar is telling Srivas Thakur, you are talking about Lakshmi Devi's opulence. Here in Vrindavan, every gopi is a goddess of fortune. Every gopi resembles a Lakshmi Devi. But these are far, far, far more opulent than the Lakshmis in the Vaikunta. That is the beauty of Vrindavan. Because what is there? What is the biggest riches in Vrindavan? What is the most valuable thing in Vrindavan is Krishna Bhakti. That's why they are more rich, they are more opulent, they are higher in everything as compared to any other person in the entire universe. Okay. And also he says Lord Krishna is always playing his transcendental flute, which he is very dear to which is his very dear companion. So what is a flute made of? Just a bamboo stick, right? And that bamboo stick has some holes. But when this simple bamboo stick with holes made in it touches the lips of Krishna, it creates melodious sound, so much so that everybody around is completely engrossed in the music of Krishna's flute. And that is the beauty of this flute of Krishna. Okay, now this next verse is from Brahma Samhita. When we recite Brahma Samhita, we end the Brahma Samhita with this particular shloka. So it comes like that. Whoever knows, please recite along with me. Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhume Chintamai Oyam Amritam Tatha Ganam
Natyam Gamanam Apivamsi
Nandam Jyoti
Paramati Tadaswadhyam.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Yes, let us read the translation. Who will read? Lalita Mataji, please read the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The damsels of Vrindavana, the gopis, are super goddesses of fortune. The enjoyer in Vrindavana is the supreme personality of Godhead Krishna. The trees there are all wish-fulfilling trees, and the land is made of transcendental touchstone. The water is all nectar. The talking is singing. The walking is dancing. And the constant companion of Krishna is his flute. The effulgence of transcendental bliss is experienced everywhere. Therefore, Vrindavana Dhama is the only relishable abode.
Same thing, Swarup Damodar also told Srivas Thakur before this. One more similar shloka is there. This is from, I don't know from where. Yeah, from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This verse quoted by Bilva Mangal Thakur is quoted in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It is said by Bilva Mangal Thakur, but it has been recorded in the Nectar of Devotion. Yes. Somebody wants to read? This is Sanskrit shloka.
Can I, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, go ahead, Lalita. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Read, Mataji. No problem.
Who's reading, Mataji? Yes, go ahead, Mataji. Sindhu Mataji is ready.
Okay, Sindhu Mataji, please read.
Mataji, text 28. Chintamani charan Bhushanam Angananam Shringhara Pushpataravastravashuranam Vrindhavani Vrajadanam Nanu Kamadenu Vrindhani Cheti Shuka Sindhu Raho Vibhutihi.
Very nice. Yes,
Haribol.
translation. Translation, Mataji.
Okay, I'll go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah.
The anklets on the damsels of Vrajabhumi are made of Chintamani stone. The trees are wish-fulfilling trees, and they produce flowers with which the gopis decorate themselves. There are also wish-fulfilling cows, Kamadhenus, which deliver unlimited quantities of milk. These cows constitute the wealth of Vrindavana. Thus, Vrindavana's opulence is blissfully exhibited. Purport, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This verse by Bilbamangal Thakur is quoted in the Bhakti Rashamrita Sindhu 2.1.173.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. So we can understand. See, no very common person, a general person can write such a big, you can say, narration or the scripture just by just for fun or just like that. Okay, because Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is completely having mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is the only reason why he could write Chaitanya Charitamrita. By for everything. Now see, immediately when Swarup Damodar is saying everything about narrating the glories of Vrindavan, immediately Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gives the proof everywhere. We have seen from the beginning, no? Whatever somebody quotes, immediately he will give the proof from the different scriptures. So he's giving the proof from Srimad Bhagavatam, sometimes he's giving the proof from Brahma Samhita, sometimes he's giving proof from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and so many other scriptures. So that is the beauty of devotion. So when similarly, Prabhupada also was so much empowered. Otherwise, at the age of 70, how can a person go to some unknown land where nothing is favorable for him and he can get so much success, right? So only because these are specifically empowered devotees, they are able to guide us. They are able to give us so much of the scriptures that we can now relish. So we should always be thankful to Srila Prabhupada, to all the previous acharyas for giving so much of inputs to us so that we can also have some little advancement in our spiritual life. So after understanding these narrations about Vrindavana, what do we remember? Which song? Do we remember some song?
Vrindavana Ramyasthana.
So nice. So let us relish that song and then after that we will end our session for today. Okay. So I'm not going to sing, but I'm going to share a very nice video of Hare Krishna TV over here. Can you see? Just relish it.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. The class, Mataji. Okay. Can you hear?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Just relish the beauty of Vrindavan also. Yeah, we can see the beautiful Vrindavan, the beautiful Yamuna around. We can see so many different temples and all the ghats and all. Just please relish everything. Yeah, let us go ahead.
वृन्दावन रम्यस्थान दिव्यचिन्तामणिधाम रतन मन्दिर मनोहर अग्रेत कालिन्दी केली शोभे कनक कमाला। तारामध्ये हेमापीठ अष्टादाले बेष्टित अष्टादाले प्रधानानायिका। कारमध्ये रत्नासने बसिया छे दोई जाने श्यामा संगे सुंदरी राधिका। रूप लावण्य राशि अमिया परिचय खसी। हास्या पारी हासा संभाषणे। नरोत्तम दासकय नित्य लीला सुखमाय सदाई स्फुरकमोर माने। वृंदावन रम्य स्थान दिव्य चिंतामणि धाम रतना मंदिर मनोहर। रतना मंदिर मनोहर। रतना मंदिर मनोहर।
Hari Bol Mataji.
Hari Bol Mataji. Thank you.
Hari Bol Mataji.
For joining. Thank you for. Please take this beautiful feeling along after this session. Carry it with you for the rest of the day. Make your day blissful. Please chant Krishna's name and be happy. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Jai. Upasthit Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. See you all tomorrow at the same time for our tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for sharing this video, Mataji. Thank you so much.